Yeah, you realize that man, the whole
Any advice to people that are considering to pick up the sport?
first, after you take your first hit, know that it's just the first of many. Don't let it get you upset. Don't let it keep you down and such. I don't know if you want to cut this tape in, but the weight room is essential.
Essential.
Don't let anyone tell you different. The weight room is essential. If you have to go to the pivot and get the video, when Channing Crowder is talking about his name is Jonathan Ogba. He was a tackle basically that bullied the crap out of him.
Yeah.
But the weight room is essential. Yeah, you need to go in there. You need to get a good program, work towards it. It's not even just about being athletic and all sorts. It's to protect your own body. The amount of injuries I sustained when I was not using the weight room compared to now, there's a correlation. There's no arguing that. So just take care of your body.
Yeah.
Don't try and decide how seriously you're going to take it from the get-go, because it's great to be driven from the start, but you'll burn yourself out real quick. Learn to enjoy the sport. Learn to find the position that you find suits your athleticism the best. But be coachable. Be understanding that a coach might see more in you in a different position than you even saw, and you might come to appreciate it. As I said, I started out as wide receiver. I went to D tackle. Actually, I started as a D tackle. Then I went into eventually changed to D end. Now I'm outside linebacker. And I'm even being asked about tight end sometimes. Like I even actually managed to play wide receiver. Cheated for a little while as well. So and then like even other positions. So like as I said, like just be coachable, be honest, be willing to move around. It's the best thing. It gives you the biggest variety. And if you do choose to take it further, teams over in Europe, teams abroad, they love the fact that they can use you as a multiple weapon. Special teams are essential. Special teams, people it gets dogged on because it doesn't get, it's not the straight up offense versus defense, but special teams is so essential. Make sure you're a part of it. That's the easiest way to say it. I'm not going to elaborate too much. Just make sure you're a part of it. Try and get on as much as possible, because it will teach you how to block. It will teach you how to tackle. It will teach you how to run your ass off, and it'll teach you how to pursue. There's so many different things that will come and it will improve your game. So don't shy away from special teams if you're not getting reps on the regular team.
Yeah.
Just be consistent. Just be consistent with it, and it will give you back. It is one of those that is as Tonya loves to say, football is a meritocracy. Yeah, you get things based on merit. You get your awards. You get your game time. You get better based on how much effort you put into the game. Just like with a lot of things in life, a lot of things you might be able to cheat and work your way around it. Not with football. You can look great on camera, but you'll be exposed on the field.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it. And if you ever need any help, just ask the person next to you. We're all brothers. We're all in the same situation. Sometimes you might get that one person that's trying to one up you, and you might step on your toes to get there. But most times people are trying to help you. Because at the end of the day, it's one game that you want to win, and you can't do it by yourself. So it means that you need to teach the person up, coach the person up next to you. You're gonna do it.
Okay. What would your teammates and coaches describe you as?
The biggest team player, I'd say. So I'm always lifting up my guys. Like, I don't care. Like, you could have made the smallest of play, but I'm gonna come and tell you. That if you made a bad play, I'm gonna come and talk to you, because you might get half the team looking at you sideways. You might get the coach pissed for you, shouting at you. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna come and do it. I've said it before. Again, I've done it in the UK. I've done it when I was over in Germany. I've done it for guys that are vying for the same combine spots. I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna tell you that, yeah, you did your job and all sorts. It's all about keeping your mind in the mindset. And I feel like that's what plays into the sort of attraction for me as a player, because I'm not just trying to improve myself. I'm trying to make sure that everyone's on that same page.
Yeah.
So I'd say definitely the biggest team player. Once I'm comfortable, you see, I'll probably be the joker and all sorts. Our team players will appreciate that. And I mean, once upon a time, might not have said I was the hardest worker in the room, but I feel like I'm building myself up there. Like the amount of time, the amount of hours I've put in over the last couple of years, is I can't even think. I think over the last year, I probably spent maybe £2,500 to £3,000 in just either gym, S&C coaching, physio, and all sorts. So I take this seriously. So I'm a damn hard worker. And I'm just very coachable. Like I don't have an ego.
Yeah.
You can't. For me, I just look at it as I can't have an ego if I want to go far. There's people might say, oh, but I think I've taken tips from people who are younger than me. My little brother helps me go through game film because it's always good to have another set of eyes on something that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, even as it is, I think Kojo was either the same age as me or younger than me.
I think he
Coach
might be
Excel
older than you.
might be older than me.
Maybe.
He might be a little bit older than me, but at the end of the day, we're all in the same age group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could turn around and say I'm the same as you, but no, like if you tell me I'm pardon my French, I'm fucking up, but then I am. I need to go and I need to go back and I need to learn about it. I need to find a way around it.
Yes. Okay. And this one I like. This one I like because a lot of people tend to stop to not ever think about it.
Yeah.
Describe yourself in one word.
Ooh.
I love that because everyone has that exact same expression. Ooh.
Yeah. One word. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say inspirational.
Okay.
I feel like what I've done so far, put on and off the field, has been enough to sort of inspire people to do better with themselves. And I think people have come to appreciate me like for that role in their life, be it for years and still know me, or people that don't know me anymore. Like I've always been a supportive person. I've always been someone to try and uplift you. I've never tried to drag anyone down. I've never tried to purposely make someone feel inferior. I've always trying to make. I feel like the way I carry myself, the things that I've done, obviously with my studies last year, while also training for football, then going abroad, the NFL, becoming a teacher, and still training for the CFL and all sorts. All of these things culminate in what I liked. What do you call it? The bronze bomber said as black excellence, and I'll take that. I'll hold a candle to that. I feel like I've demonstrated that in the last couple of years, and I feel like for kids, especially the ones that are, of course, growing up in Edmonton, be it Walthamstow, Hackney, Tottenham, I feel like it's important for kids to see that one, you can do education and football, or education and sport in that same breath. You don't necessarily need to separate the two, and the fact that you can have a strong black role model that can show you the way. I am by no means perfect.
Yeah.
I've made mistakes in my life. I've made mix-ups. I wasn't the best at what I did, but I worked hard to get to where I am. And any mistakes I've done, I've had to live with them. I've moved past them. I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with being the second person to go to. There's how many times that teams hit up one player before. Like me and Simon got this running joke because back when I got the offer from Sienna Joki, they were actually interested in him first, and he couldn't go out, so they came to me. And then it happened again more recently with another team. So I was like, it's burning. But nah, just jokes aside, even like I don't take it personally, but it's just like I've been in your position, I've been in your shoes most of you, and if I haven't, I can probably relate to you in some way, shape, or form. Okay. And I feel like that's an inspiration enough.
Okay. I like that inspiration. I like that. So, how close were you to winning a championship?
How close have I ever been to winning a championship?
Yeah.
There's two examples.
I want both.
There was the Blitz versus Tamworth. As I said, I barely played that game. I was a little bit sorry about that as well. I was like, I can't be upset because I didn't partake enough in that game for me to have an emotional connection to that. We were very close. There was a couple of stupid calls, and it's like I feel like Elliot kept breaking contain from what I can remember. Elliot's the running back that played for. I think he still plays for Birmingham Lions, which I think is crazy. When is this guy ever going to leave uni? He's just one of them super academics that was also a pretty good athlete as well. So yeah, it was just that, and it was like they just kept running away with it. That's more of a blur. I think the emotional investment of losing the final as a coach was much more.
Oh.
One, because this is the team that knocked us out of the playoffs the year before.
Oh.
Leeds Beckett, Carnegie. Um, they
Oh.
run a heavy run offense. They mainly run offense, where they literally hit it for three yards each time until they get a first down. It was very boring football. It runs out the clock. It's tiring. As you can imagine, you're always in a heavy set. It doesn't feel like a great game of football. And
Yes.
if we're talking about how close we were to winning, as I said, I have to speak my truth. And my truth is that our offense always took too long to build up. That was it. Our defense held them to, I think, 1 or 2 touchdowns the whole game.
Yep.
The rest of the points that Leeds Carnegie made, I think there was 4 pick sixes in that game.
Yes. I remember that game. I remember watching it on YouTube.
Got picked apart, like one of our players got his rib cage fractured by the D1 American that they had come over, D1 or D2 American that came over and
Yeah.
played for Leeds during that year. Yeah, unfortunately it was quite horrible to see because we had so much potential to win that, and if we could have just executed the way that we wanted to, we would have got there. But as I said, chalk it up to the game. Lord knows there's a picture of me there where you can see the tears coming out. That was a hard one. That was a hard one for a lot of players. You had a lot of guys who was their third year and they felt like they could have done more. They felt, I mean, you had Chad who unfortunately got an injury the game before getting us to the playoffs, basically. And for him, it was just not being able to obviously partake in that. That's hard. But at the end of the day, we wouldn't have been there without him. So I had to tell him that. And yeah, it's just that walking away with that silver medal, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth, innit?
Without a
Like
doubt.
I've only ever won won a championship of 2 things. That was the Enfield Cup when I was playing American football, not American football, when I was playing basketball.
Yeah.
And last year, the Thames Valley Conference when I was playing for Cheers. That's it. So coming that close, but being just out of reach was hard. I was in a bad mood for like a day, but a day, 2 days afterwards. Then I had to snap out of it. But yeah, weren't it?
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Now, the next set of questions, well, the next question is gonna be fun. So now, I want you to think. Take your time. Don't rush to pick anyone, okay? Because there have been people that have come to me after we finished the recording, and I said, I wish I had done that, or I wish I had said that person. So, I want you to pick your starting 11 offensive players and defensive players of who you have played with or that you know of. And I want to know who are you picking. But let's start off with offense because I want defense to be I want to be last. So let's go with offense and let's start off with the big boys. Let's go with the offensive line first.
Offensive line first.
Yes.
So Matt Mayer has to be on that.
Yeah.
It's just an OG, an unbelievable OG in the game. I don't know, like this guy's been around for ages, and even at whatever age he was when I was last with Blitz before this season, he was slapping me, throwing me around the floor like I was easy. So you can't have a team without him in it. I've got to give Ollie. Ollie definitely has to be on that line. Big Ollie. He's obviously he's just been one of those guys that no matter where I've been and all sorts, he's one of those guys that I love to go head to head, and at times he has humbled me. He would love to hear this once this episode comes out. Stuart Butcher, an amazing old lineman. Still to this day. I don't know if he's playing much because luckily, again, congratulations to him. He's just had a kid.
Okay.
But yeah, he's another great old lineman. So I'm on what, number 3 now?
3, yeah.
Keith before the injuries, I'd say that Keith was an extremely good, well trained one.
Okay, so that's
there.
So that's center. I'm guessing 2 guards and a tackle.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need a tackle. One more tackle.
One more tackle. This is hard.
Yes, it is. And I love it because I put you on the spot. Let's go.
This is harsh because I mean the guys over the Surge, they were really good, but I wasn't really looking at their tackle play, and as you know, like we weren't the best in that aspect.
Yeah.
But played with. I mean, you got some really like you got. Oh, this is hard.
Yes, it is. But
can I give two
no,
backups?
One. Just one. You're picking your starting 11. You can't have you can't have two players in one position.
You know what? From the guys I actually played against, like I'm still practicing for the first time against Ibs. Ibs is a great one, but and obviously the guys that were at NFL Combine, they were really good. I mean, I don't know them personally. I couldn't say that the Nigerian brothers that just got signed because that would be cheating. I don't think that's fair. But I'd say Joe Ajay.
Okay.
Because I played against him. I played against him for years. He's a very solid, very, very solid lineman, and I think it'd be a miss if I didn't include him in that. So if I was to talk about guards, I mean, Stuart Bush has played center before, so I could put Stuart at center. I could put Mayer and and Joel at guards, and then Ollie and Ollie and Keith at tackles.
Okay, all right. So we're gonna play a spread offense. So 2 receivers on either side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's go.
Receivers is where it gets harder.
Hey, you're picking the best ones that you've seen play. The best ones. The best 4 players at receiver that you've seen play.
I have to look into the archives of this one. Bradley Babanski.
Okay.
He back from Hearts days, an amazing receiver, excellent like route runner and all sorts. And he wasn't afraid of any contact. Like he'd run through someone. And picking up Blitz. The problem is that Blitz has so many receivers.
Hey,
and it's crazy.
Yeah, they did.
I want to say, Bradley, who was amazing. You can't make a list like this without Jack Daly, because Jack Daly is like your all-purpose player. You could get him to do like a little motion and all sorts. You could get him to do anything pretty much, and he's at least 9 times out of 10 he's coming down with the ball. If someone's hitting him, they're hitting him, but you're not taking the ball out of his hand. So,
agree.
Yeah, Jack Daly. Someone to source it up. So we have Bradley. Jack Daly, someone to finesse. I say finesse is definitely between. I want to see more from him. Jemiah, we play with Jemiah.
Oh,
you know Jemiah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I want to see more. I want to see more from him before I put him up there, because he has the crispiest route running I've ever seen.
Okay.
From a UK prospect, but I want to see. I want to see him develop first before I put him on the list. He's definitely. If we had any subs.
Honorable mentions. Okay.
Yeah, he's an honorable mention, definitely. Timmy is great. Timmy's great. He's thing, but I haven't seen him play in a couple of years. But I'd say that the next one would be Timmy. And then again, it's hard for me because I played in line for ages. So all these teams I went up against, I didn't care about the wide receivers. I was more focused on their QBs and their line and maybe their running backs.
Yeah.
So I think the last one, I'm trying to think if there's any guys I'm missing out from when you think. But I think the last one goes between Tile and actually, no, wait, I'm missing out. I'm missing out someone that's just a massive splash play last week. Shout out my boy Chris. Chris, you gotta be up there. Oh God, no. You know what, Timmy, you're great, but I have to take the offensive player of the year from, is it the offensive rookie of the year from the ELF, Lewis Geyer.
Okay.
Amazing. Timmy, you're my dog, but that boy is different. Yeah. And then if I'm going to take that, it's then the next one along the line is Chris Wedderburn.
Okay, so that's your 4 receivers. Nice.
Yeah. You got different sizes, different running styles, different playing styles. I like it.
Very strong.
Nice mix up.
Now, running back. Who's going to be He's gonna be your he's gonna be your running back, your number one running back. I'm sorry to do this to you, innit?
Why are you doing this?
But hey, it's a question. It's what I've done to everyone. I put everyone in this position. I let you get relaxed, and then I hit you with
smart. That's good. I'm happy with my decision for wide receivers because you got guys that can flex around.
Okay.
So like as I said, Jack Daly, he could be a bruiser. He could be a bruiser if we're doing any form of trick plays, any reverses. Yeah, I could trust Jack to play that role. So, we're thinking about running backs.
Yes.
I've got way too many friends that want running backs. Why are you doing this to me?
Pick the best one. Pick the best one that you can have faith in. Hold up. Let me make it a bit tougher. The running back that you have faith in for all 3 downs, and if it comes down to that 4th and 1, that you know is going to get that first down, that is going to push through, that you could be like, you know what, give him the ball, he will get that first down. Who you put in there?
Those are different types of running backs. There's a different type of running. That's a bruiser running back.
Hey.
That's more like, I'm thinking more fullback if I'm talking about that.
Either one. Your number one running back that you want at that position.
This is hard. Right now, I'm gonna take away the idea of running backs I've played against, because then I'm starting to think about ELF, and that becomes a whole different conversation.
All right.
There's guys that I've played with. So if I'm talking about 2 guys that I feel like run very similar styles, so you have Joy Sanka from when I was over at Surge, and Glenn Tunga from obviously thing. Glenn Tunga's work ethic is crazy. This guy, even though I trained with him, he makes my mind. He confuses me sometimes. He's like, oh yeah, you need to be less contact time. So you just hit the ground and boom, straight up. I'm like, all right, cool.
Damn.
So they're 2 guys that I'm thinking of, and then you have a guy that doesn't play football anymore, which is kind of disappointing. Gabby, so Gabs. So Gabriel. So you have Gabriel. Other people in the contention, obviously Dwight, because he's just a fantastic running back.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This is kind of hard. This is kind of hard for you. Damn.
It's very hard for me.
Yeah. Sorry to put you in such a difficult situation. I'm really not though, but
you're not. I know you're not. You know what? Because I trust. But then they both have the same work ethic as well. Sanka and Thing have the same work ethic. I haven't seen Dwight play for a couple of years now. I think Dwight's still an amazing running back. I just haven't seen him. So I want to go with Glenn or Joy. But only, I mean, Glenn's my coach, my boy. So I have to go with Glenn.
Oh.
But they're very similar. I think that Glenn is just a little bit, from what I've seen in from game tape, Glenn has a little bit more vision in certain aspects.
Okay.
Than Sanka.
Okay. Now to the captain, to the man that leads the offense. Who's your quarterback?
QBs I've played against, or QBs I've seen.
Eva.
Oh, who did we play against? Who was nice? Oh, again, I'm terrible. I don't really pay attention to QBs. I mean, Joe Thompson has always been nice with it. In the years I played them over in the ELF, you come across really good QBs. Yeah, like Birdsong, man. Also, they had Jacob, who was over there as well. He played for the Surge for a short period of time, but he was just more of like, he liked to scramble way too much. In my opinion, not in my opinion, but I was like, he's one of those scrambling QBs, so I didn't get to see his arm strength. With an offense that I've chosen so far, you don't necessarily need someone running too much. Someone who can get that pinpoint accuracy. This one's a tough one. I can't lie. I'm struggling with this one. I want someone that's going to be able to throw. So, you know what? Can't remember his name, but the Frankfurt QB.
Okay.
Frankfurt QB. He was nice with it.
Okay, that's fair.
And if he needed to scramble, the legs were there, but he was comfortable in his pocket once he had good people.
Okay, that's fair.
I think if an honorable mention that again, only because I've kind of kept it to more people I've played with rather than played against.
Yeah.
Like if we're talking about playing against Yannick Kill, okay. Yeah, he'd definitely be up on there. because he's another guy that from the ELF that was gave me a freaking headache when I was playing against what do you call Frankfurt.
All right. Now we've done the offense. Let's do the harder part. Let's go defense. Let's go
Defense.
D block. All right. Yeah, we're gonna start with the big boys. Let's go defensive line. We are going to play a 4-3. Yeah, let's go 4-3-4.
4-3-4. Nah. Defense up front, you have to put DJ.
Okay.
I'd say he's probably the most dominant D lineman that's played in the UK, hands down. With a 4-3, so you have DJ. Who else am I going to put up in the middle? Who else have I played besides? I mean, I would have put Joe, but I already put him in offense. If I needs to be and he needs to play both ways, he'll play both ways. But let's leave that for now. Other guys that I played in the middle with. Who else is there on the D line? You got Marcel first. You know what? I'd say Johnny Ridge. Put Johnny Ridge in there. Johnny Ridge. There's a lot of guys that blitz that would have definitely made it. But I'm trying to diversify, not just all blitz players.
Fair enough.
Johnny Ridge. Ends. I mean, I'm not gonna put myself in there. No. I'm not gonna put myself in there.
No.
Ends I've played with. Defensive ends, cool. Let's break it down. Who was on opposite side? Oh, Mitch Arthur. Mitch Arthur was killer with his explosive step. Oh my god. His first step was like 2 yards in the backfield.
Okay.
And then so you have a speedy guy, and on the opposite side, you know what? I'm gonna put Rennell. Rennell from it. Because I've like the first couple of years, I mean the first year I was there, like we were pretty much in the same place, and then I think he took the year after out, and since I've come back, his intelligence and the way he reads the game is so amazing. I've got a lot of respect for him.
Okay.
Cool. If I wanted to choose him, I'd choose someone like Carl Kitchens, but then again, that's ELF levels. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Linebackers.
Oh, you know, Bish has to be in there.
Okay.
Bish has to be in there somewhere. You know what? I'm gonna take, other than Bish, I'm gonna take two of the other guys I played with at Surge. Dale Warren, now playing in the USFL, an amazing linebacker, sideline to sideline speed, can read and make tackles in the backfield, and Zachary Blair. Unbelievable. Nice. Two unbelievable players. Both of them definitely deserve the shout out for the linebackers. There wouldn't be a linebacking call without them three. But those three together, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be very scared. Bish, Dale, and Zach, I'd be extremely scared.
Okay. Corners. Well, there's the pretty boys. Let's go. Corners first.
Ooh, corners. Someone that could play corner. Marcel Dabo.
Okay.
Luckily, I got to play with him.
Okay.
So Marcel Dabo is definitely is there. Cool. He can move and he can fly around the field. Other corners I played with. Now I would say Manny, but Manny never played for corner. He played safety.
Yes, he did. Safety's gonna be tough for you. Jesus.
Did Matt Smith ever play corner?
Not that I know of.
Because he's someone I would have chosen as well. Corners. Ooh, this is actually a tough one. Based on athleticism and experience, I'd say. Yeah, you know what? I'd say Dot.
Okay. Dot. Nice.
Experience, speed. He's got that. Now it's the safeties.
Now the tough ones, because you got two safeties.
Yeah.
And I know you got a hella amount of safety friends.
Oh yeah, I got way too many safety friends. I got like just off the top, you could say Matt, GMA, you have Chad, you have Jason. You got Tonye.
Well, Tonye is a corner.
Well, Tonye's a corner.
Uh-huh.
Oh, between so I said Dot, Yeah, I mean, like Tony could take Dot's place. You know what? I don't know. I haven't seen Dot in a couple of years. Between those two, mentally in my head canon, I said Dot, so I'll stick with Dot.
Okay.
But my head canon, that's how I'm thinking. Safety wise, you got it's got Matt, G-Mate, Don, Chad. Oh, Jason. Ooh. Chad is definitely one of them.
Okay.
That's good.
Chad gets that one spot. So who's
Actually,
his partner?
I said, you know what? The most athletic out of the ones that I've had to have been Manny. Manny was an athletic freak. If I could have a Manny that could be coached to be more technical, I'd take Manny out of everyone else.
Okay.
If I'm taking based on intelligence, like intelligent play, I've got to take Matt Smith.
Okay.
Because his defensive mind is crazy. The fact that he was able to defensively lead us in his first year of being a DC to the finals, that is crazy to me.
I like that. That's a solid starting 11 for both sides.
Tony and Jason are both solid safeties. Oh no, not Tony, sorry, but Jason mainly is a very solid safety as well. So it's all in the contention. The safety was probably the hardest one to pick.
Yes, without a doubt. Right. Now, what is the most heartbreaking moment you've had during a game?
You know what? There's two. Actually, no, I could say last week when we ran it back and the BAFA refs decided that they were going to call a flag and a block in the back wasn't a block in the back.
Yeah.
That could be heartbreaking, but now that's our second game in a season against a team that I think we can definitely beat if we turn it up next time we see them.
Yeah.
I think the most heartbreaking moment, and I think that the only moment that so far has brought me to tears was the final game of my final year.
Okay.
Because like the coaches said, anyone that's like a third year that's currently on the sideline and all sorts. I was on the field. We'd all come to the side because I think it was. I think one of the last drives we'll have, and then I remember going on the field, and like you looking at the guys, and some of these guys have been there for 3 years, and it's like this is kind of really it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like this is the end of Unheard for me, and I'm like, I just wanted to cool. And I was like, as I said to the guys, I was like, I'm good. Like the running back is going to try and hit this gap. I know he's going to try and hit this gap, and when he does, I'm going to pick him up. You have to strip the ball, and you have to run it down the field. And I have the video of it. I pick him up, but no one stripped it, and the whistle goes, and it was it. That was it. I was like, I'm not going to let him get into the end zone, but one of you guys have to strip it, and you have to run. I was like, you can make it. Just believe in it. Run.
Oh.
It happened. The thing, and I think that was actually that was the second to last game, and that hit because it was almost the last thing. And then the last game, it was all of us on the field. It was us against Leeds Carnegie that day, and the team, instead of going all the way through the end, what did they do? Like as soon as the ball snapped, I was on it so fast. He kneeled it out.
Man.
The last play of American football I ever had for the University of Hertfordshire
was a kneel.
Ooh. And that mashed me up. I was like, after the game, you just deflated, just like
you just sit there and just think, and just like, damn, here we go.
I think probably like the last game I played at Surge, because when it's one of those things where, based on like conversations I had kind of had a feeling, an inkling that was going to be my last game. And you see even like the video they managed to capture. I didn't even know they saw the video, that they captured that video. But I'm walking, and you can feel that, I don't know, you can see the energy on me. It's just like, yeah, this is the last time I'm seeing this, at least in these colors at the moment. So, yeah.
Okay. Wow. What could be done to help the UK game grow?
I think setting standards is important. Of course, money talks. Money talks is the most important part of it. We need to find a way of investment. One of the ways I've spoken about is that if we get that chance for an ELF team, use the money that we get from the ELF to help build the structure. And that goes from top down to build interest in the sports itself. To build things. As you can see, the ELF are quietly partnered with the NFL. They're not necessarily most overtly partnered with them, but they have connections. And obviously, you have the NFL's recent plan where teams are now allowed to market themselves outside of the country.
Yeah.
So just having a little injection. I mean, these guys make billions of dollars a year. It would take. I think personally, this is even actually guessing the dark. I have no degree in accountancy. I have no idea what this is. I think if you could get 1 million, it would make a massive improvement in football.
Without a doubt.
I think one of the biggest things, or one of the first things, is either having a partnership or ownership of a ground for most teams, especially in the Premier League, because it would make a massive difference. You don't have to worry about fixtures from other people renting the facilities. You don't have to worry about necessarily facilities having arguments with you or something like that. The upkeep is dependent on yourself, and you can understand that I'm not necessarily talking about a weight room, but just having a field.
Yeah,
I think you can use it as a way to inject money into the team, because you can rent out the field. Now, going on from there, I think, as I said, just making it sure it's a standard across the board, making sure that teams have video ability to get game tape, because that's what helps push your players further. And you know what, things working roundabout. I already been knowing that if I was to make it big time, when I'm talking about big time, I'm not talking about first check.
yes.
I'm talking about the first couple millions and I'm definitely going to be investing money back into the teams that help me get to where I am. And I imagine that there's quite a few players in the UK that would be interested in helping that. But that also depends on us being able to get good game tape to actually push us further. And for us, as I said, when you get more UK guys over there, you get more interest. If you get more interest, then you get more money. That's just how it works. Yes. You're bringing people money. They're gonna share some of those dividends with you.
Without a doubt.
And just I said, like, using the connections that we have. Like, I've had conversations with the CFLPA even in the last couple of weeks, and just being able to get global representation, let it be known certain things about the CFL that I didn't even know. So, for instance, if you make it on the CFL roster, you get free high level education.
Oh wow!
Something that's massive, and having that connection that allows you to continue your course even if you have to leave university to go to the CFL is a big thing. Also, being able to develop the connections between the younger players and have them grow, and even coaching clinics, something simple as that to level up things bit by bit. It's going to take a long process. It's not going to happen overnight.
Oh, yeah.
I think a lot of players who are frustrated with the way that BAFA is at the moment think that it's going to happen overnight, and I think that's why a lot of it falls short, and it can fall upon deaf ears. I think one of the biggest things is obviously Tony becoming head of Bucks operations, American football operations. I feel like that's going to be having someone that plays and someone that's quite young in the situation to understand the gripes and the grievances, the sort of different problems that are brought forward. I think that's an important move, and I think it's a great move that BAFA has done. And I feel like just continuing to nurture that, so people that can understand you and convey that in a way that's going to make a change is going to be the biggest step. So baby steps, but maybe just starting with real changes.
Okay.
All players must have a certain I don't know. So no, all teams must have video and opportunities.
Yeah.
To a certain level. And even if it means going to GoPro and be like, okay, cool, as BAFA, we are making this a mandate, and also, would you be able to cut us a deal? So instead of it being this, we can get a specific, so at least every team has the same level of tape. Not the case where, I mean, at Blitz, we got both the wide angle and also that stuff looks sweet. Close. And then you got other teams where you can't see nothing. Everybody's one pixel.
Yeah, you have a point. I get it.
Out here playing Minecraft. What's the first game? Madden football back in the day.
Good Lord, let's not even talk about that.
Was it Quizmo football or something like that?
No,
That's the crazy.
Bo Jackson's football.
There we go.
Bo Jackson football. Yeah, that was that was a myth. That was a mission of the game. I asked for you to nominate who would you nominate to do a series of Unheard Voice? Mm-hmm. You chose Chad Warlord, Dwayne Obi, Andy Owusu, and Oli Samola. Why?
Yeah. So Chad, because I feel like Chad has a lot of knowledge to speak on the game of football in general. I feel like he's had a very great journey so far, and his trajectory is just crazy. And I feel like having someone like that on the show, who he's had experience in GFL, he's had experience at uni ball, senior ball, he's had experience obviously in the same combines that I've been to, and he's now going to head out to the ELF. I know he's going to kill it as well. So I feel like that's definitely something that you want to hear his opinions on certain things. And he's not afraid to be a little bit more controversial than I am. Like sometimes I can be a bit pedestrian. I'm a bit more political with it. Maybe it's the teacher in me that comes out. But yeah, it's always about being political. So he's one of them. I said, who else? I said Dwayne. Dwayne, obviously like, you have representation from Blitz. It's nice to have like a Warriors head-to-head, and obviously he's gonna have his opinions as well. He's also another great running back that the UK has produced. I think if we're talking about actual players, I think the UK produces some of the best running backs.
Yeah.
As a whole. We produce great linemen, but I'm talking about like running backs. Our running backs go crazy.
The physicality is a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Andy Owusu, because people don't talk about it enough, but he's been the complete product of Brickball. He's done from junior all the way through. He's played abroad, and now he's gone to both the combines as well. That they need to respect the man.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure that his experiences over those period of time will leave him with a lot to say. And then finally, you have, who was the last one I chose? Ollie, because Ollie's a joke, man. Ollie's a joke, man. You can't, if you're looking for an episode that's gonna have you cracking up, then listen to Ollie. Because let me tell you something. Ollie's gonna send shots at people.
Yes, indiscriminately.
Indiscriminately, he was gonna send shots at people. He's gonna tell you about, obviously, he's another person that's had a long career in football as well, and he's got a lot of experience. And it would be nice to have I think it would be definitely one of the episodes that people would definitely like to tune into, because Ollie knows so many people across the UK, and he's not afraid to get testy with people. Yeah. It's the Nigerian power. It's the Nigerian mindset, man. He'll put himself first.
Okay, I like those four. I'll get in contact with them. I'll send them a message and see what they're saying. Right. Now, I want your final thoughts on your experience since you started playing over the last 6 years. I want you to, how do you feel since you started to now, this whole entire journey?
For years, I feel like until maybe 2020, I felt unsure of myself, and that's like a madness, because 2020 was in 2020. I'll say until 2021.
Wow.
I was unsure, not in the sense that of whether I would take this further. It's just like, am I even considered in that conversation? I wanted to be considered in that conversation, but was I there yet? And I feel like across my experience, it changed as my mum, again, she said, changed from something I did to separate myself from just studying to something that I come to enjoy as a hobby, and I wanted to play at a better level. Something that I used as a sort of a coping mechanism with a lot that was going on in my life, to something that is now has a possibility to not only change my life but become a full-time job.
Yeah.
In a country that plays it as a minority sport. And I think now, looking at my experiences across things, I've moved slowly from being unsure of whether I could ever be in that conversation to now being confident in saying that I've made an imprint on that's going to last for at least a couple generations. Something that I can talk to my kids about in the future. I can look back on like the interviews, the YouTube spots, the different articles. There's things that I'd never expect to do. I mean, the Tottenham Stadium where we did the combine is quite literally a stone's throw away from where I'm at right now. So things like that all culminating into my experience that I've had these years. I'd say I can't feel anything but like, it's like I don't even know what word it is, like a wholeness within yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta appreciate, like, football, you don't really talk about football poetically or passionately in that aspect. People don't really talk about it like that. It's more like, I finally got there, and also, but it's like a wholeness. Like, you feel like you're finally where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
That's how I feel with football right now. I don't feel like I'm in the imposter. I don't feel like someone else should be in my spot. I'm just happy with where I'm at now, but I'm not content yet. I'm happy with where I've got to, but I'm not content. I feel like I'm not content until the day I won't be content until the day I choose to hang up the trees.
Okay. I like it.
I always feel like there's something more to do.
I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. I did say that was the final thoughts, but I want you to send a message to yourself 10 years, if say 10 years down the line. I want something that you're gonna look back at. I want you to say what you would wish or see your structure of your life being 10 years down the line.
10 years down the line, for me, I said this to my little brother as well. I said, for me, it might be a bold statement, but I've made bold statements in the past, and I've now managed to make them true. So I'm gonna go with the same energy, keep that same energy so far. So 10 years down the line, I see myself either still playing or close to retiring.
Okay.
I don't see myself as already retired. I want to play for 10 years at a high level, at least.
Okay.
The message I'll give myself is be proud of how you come from where I am. Make sure to not lose yourself. Make sure to continue G-checking yourself and not lose yourself in the extra stuff that comes with the territory that you've chosen. If you haven't already, I don't know what the hell you're doing, but we need to find ourselves a nice lady, because football ain't gonna take care of us forever. And make sure that football isn't the only thing that you have.
Okay.
Make sure football isn't everything. You are bigger. You are bigger and better than just football alone. What's happening for you after football? What's the plan? Because everyone appreciates that. Football won't be there forever. It's great to be there, and make sure you have a plan that's going to make you feel fulfilled. Otherwise, so you get a lot of guys get depressed afterwards because it's been a part of your life for however many years, and then you walk away from it and there's nothing. So make sure we have a plan to continue doing things, growing as a person, or doing things that are going to make us think, oh, gosh, I mean, if all else fails, put all that energy into kids. Start growing kids up. Be happy.
Yeah. Oh, great final words. Great final words. I just want to say thank you to Jai for jumping in. It's been an emotional 3 hours, and
Yeah.
we have spoken through a lot.
Yeah.
And look, in a week and 3 days, your life could be changing forever. Even if you don't drop, I know for a fact you will go again, and you are going to try and do it one more time. And hey, you've been noticed already, so I don't see why you won't be able to get to that point which you are going for. Really and truly, I appreciate you for taking the time out and doing this interview with me.
No
And
worries.
it's been fun. And
Yeah, it's been good, man.
good luck with the draft on May 3rd.
Yeah.
And I will see you at training.
Yeah, I'll see you training tomorrow. But yeah, as I said, it's a couple of days to decide where the journey continues, which road the journey's taking, should I say. But yeah, thank you very much, Micah. Been dope. Obviously, being on the podcast. Make sure you're listening. I'm pretty sure my socials will be plugged anywhere. But if you're any of the UK guys, even abroad, you have any questions to me about football, about life, about anything, just give me a shout and I'll try my best to respond. Yeah, it's been dope.
All right. Thank you everyone for jumping in, and I will see you for the next series. We don't know who that is yet, but I'll let you know. See you later.